Three, two.
Hey, white dudes. So, I think we're all pretty sick of hearing how much we suck. Every time you go online, it's the same story. We're the problem. And yeah, some white dudes are.
Welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Tip.
We all saw The Penguin this week. I think most of us enjoyed it. Did anyone not like it? One of us saw something.
Did not want to like this. I walked in with negative enthusiasm. I walked in with concrete fucking shoes on. I only watched this for the podcast. 5 minutes in, I'm only watching this for the podcast. 10 minutes in, holy shit, this is getting real good. 30 minutes in, I'm already like, guys, are we just going to give all the Emmys to Colin Farrell? Like, this shit is phenomenal. I'm sold. Let's go. 14 seasons of The Penguin. Let's get him taking over Gotham. Fuck Batman. Get this loser out of here. I want to see this mob boss rise to power. I am super excited about that. But before we get into it, guys, if I may, we need to make a... This podcast really prides itself on integrity, and that's probably it. Actually,
Sure.
maybe a little bit of, probably not even that. But I need to make a correction.
No.
And that's from last episode when I talked about how Concord lost $200 million. Actually, it turns out people were crunching the numbers. They had some whistleblowers in the Concord dev team. Concord might have actually cost $400 million. That's almost $500 million. That's a
lot.
So much money just gone. There's a hilarious video about how, and I think it's in jest. There's no science or math to back this up, but how the PS5 Pro is only going to cost $500, and then Concord tanked, so they had to up the price to $700.
$700.
Just to try to make up for it. It's a great video. You can find it on YouTube. But guys, you want to know, maybe we get a little hint to why this might have ballooned to the astronomical size it did. I want to go around the table. I want to start with you, Tib, if you don't mind, and then we'll go to Robbie. How long do you think the video game credits were? Like, you beat the game, and it's thanking all the developers and it's showing everyone who worked on the game, right?
Or Concord itself?
For Concord. Just the game Concord. How long? Guys, start the timer. What do you think?
How fast are they going?
I would say like 8
Moderate speed.
9 minutes.
It's at a I would say it's a little bit slow, but it's
minutes?
at a reasonable pace. 20 minutes. Forrest, what about you? What do you think?
I mean,
Wasn't
video
like
games have credits now?
Of course. No, they've always had credits. You've played Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that was the
credits
first
come
one.
up. There's the
Okay. I mean,
maybe
they're
never.
long.
You've beat
Is
the
it longer
game.
than Metal Gear? Is it Metal Gear Solid? Is it longer than Metal Gear Solids? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Which I guess it was long.
Yes.
Played like 10 years ago.
Yes.
Okay, it's long then.
All right. Well, that is the correct
Oh
answer.
my gosh.
It's long.
Just
It's
looked
an
up the
hour
long-
and 12 minutes.
Oh, they didn't beat Metal Gear Solid 4.
Why do they spend
Just-
so much time on the credits?
How long were Metal Gear
Just-
Solid 4
I
credits?
just looked it up. 1 hour
Yeah, I
and
remember
38 minutes.
Metal Gear credits were like forever.
Yeah, I know. That's what made me think about it. I was like, wait, Forrest. No.
Right.
We were at Robbie's house. I remember one time like having to take bathroom breaks while waiting for these credits to get over just to see if there's like an end game. You know, because way back, guys won't believe this now, but way back in the day before cell phones and social media, you could just spend like an hour and a half with your buddies watching fucking people's names in Japanese come down the screen as you're trying to just see if there's anything else to do in this video game. Those were the golden days, way back when we had so much free time. But we might be entering
golden era of video games. Now it's like weird.
and that's maybe something you guys want us to talk about in the future. Comment down below if you guys want us to do a video on modern gaming. But we might be entering a new golden era, much to my chagrin, much to my surprise. I have not watched Pennyworth, that Alfred show. I know.
No one has.
As much as I love Batman,
I haven't seen it.
it's got 4 seasons. Like, what the hell? Who's watching this? My dad.
Episodes.
My dad's watching this, and he says it's a great show.
It was on one of those really weird streaming services that no one had, like Epix.
No, it's on Max. No, it's on Max.
Well, it's on Max. It's on Max now, but when it started off, it was like a premiere at a time when like every single like company had their own streaming service,
right?
And like only maybe like people were using like Netflix and
Max didn't have it before.
Well, DC had its own streaming service for like Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing, and then they realized nobody was watching it, so they moved it to Max. But yeah,
they canceled it before it even. Well, okay. So the first 2 seasons were on Epix. Yeah,
they had to change the name of Pennyworth to Pennyworth, the story of Batman's butler. That's the title they changed to get people actually watch it.
You still can't get this Batman sim to watch it at all. Like I was saying, I did not want to watch the Penguin at all. I was begrudging. No.
Did you want to watch Agatha or Rings of Power?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
I wanted to hate watch. Okay. I wanted to hate watch Agatha.
You work for IGN?
Get fucked. I am not a shill. I am a low-level podcaster, right? What I wanted was to be entertained, okay? I can solidly tell you, the first 40 minutes of Agatha, I love Catherine Hahn, but that might be the worst acting I have ever seen in my entire life. That was so bad, it is worth watching. Go. It's a masterclass. Like, she has to be an Oscar-level actor to be able to act on such a level that you are such a bad actor, because she's a good actress. She's a very good actress. That is the worst acting I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. I almost had an aneurysm watching that show. It was so bad. My wife,
so we don't have to watch the rest, right?
She enjoyed it. No, we're not going to watch Agatha. I'll tell you that right now. I wouldn't do that to my worst fucking enemy. And I do think there might be like lead in my water pipes, fluoride in my water, asbestos in my ceiling, or however that works. Because Rings of Power, it's growing on me, man. Every week, it's slowly growing on me more and more. In fact, I'll tell you this. I almost rewatched the last episode. Really? For the podcast, but yes, no. I for the first time ever in my entire life, today I clicked on the episode to rewatch it. I got through the recap, 5 seconds into the intro of Rings of Power, and then I came to my senses. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I've got better things I can do with my life. So I Googled, how does paint dry? And I watched that for an hour instead. But I was this close. I'm telling you, it is slowly seeping over. But guys, let's just Rings of Power. If you guys want us to cover that, well, we are covering that. Subscribe down below and watch our videos, because we will be reviewing that. But guys, what I really want our Penguin review. Guys,
it's interesting. It's interesting.
I read an article about it. I didn't actually watch it.
What was the article about?
It's a step.
Just spoil it for me, you bastards with HBO, whatever.
All right. Well, all we'll spoil is this: he looks like a penguin.
Does he walk like a penguin?
He waddles. He's got a club foot, and we see the club foot, and it looks very clubbed.
Toes. Ooh, toes.
Yeah, little gross. Don't be.
Colin Farrell wearing a full body suit.
You see it. Oh my gosh! I've never seen a fat body suit
a
that
hairy
good.
Fat body suit.
The hair probably covers up a lot of the inconsistencies or whatever. We'll get to it, but he gets naked at some point. You don't see no schlong. Don't worry about it. But you see
no prosthetic penguin penis.
No, but man, I'll tell you what,
that would have been so weird to manufacture a fat suit and put a wiener on it.
That's
I'm sure they did.
They're like, all right, we'll carefully craft the sack. What the fuck?
I'm like, actually, it's cold in all of his scenes. We didn't do a sack. It's just way up inside.
We gotta make it realistic.
I was in the pool because I'm a penguin.
Little bits of toilet paper caught in the butt crack hairs.
So
that's definitely some attention to detail right there. So, has anyone read Long Halloween?
Not a long time. It's been like 5 years. Yeah.
Remember the holiday killer Alberto Falcone in that comic was in the first episode.
So I was not on board up until the death of Alberto Falcone. I was like, so first off,
holiday killer.
Let's do the sledgehammer, right? That's not how vaults work, right? He just grabs a sledgehammer and then hits the vault door.
Barely hits it.
And then it's just like, meh, just slides open. Like, what is this? This is a terrible vault. This is not anything you should trust whatsoever. And then this character, the penguin, who I like, obviously I grew up with, but I'm not in love with. He's not my favorite supervillain or whatever.
He's no one's favorite Batman villain.
He's no one's favorite Batman villain. He's good, though. He does not need to be disrespected the way some people think Oswaldo Cobblepot might have disrespected him in the Cape Crusader. We reviewed that as well. You can find that on our channel or podcast catcher, wherever you find your
this is a much better alternative version of the Penguin than what we got in Cape Crusader.
So much better. But we're also getting... It's also HBO Max. Oh, so why did Amazon get Batman the Caped Crusader? Maybe it was just because they had a female penguin and they were coming out with a male penguin and they want to confuse their audience? I'm kidding. They don't think the audience is that dumb. That was just not well received. Based on our YouTube metrics, no one fucking watched the Batman the Caped Crusader. I thought that was some of our best fucking. Dude, I thought it was some of our best podcasts. It's definitely some of our best editing, relative to date. And no one watched it. No one's Googling it. No one's searching for it. Nothing at all. So
because Batman Cape Crusader, nobody gives a.
Yeah, no one cared about. But boy, we are going to care a lot about the Penguin by the end of this. I feel like what about this dynamic duo? I love this this Vic character, right? It's almost like they kind of still, I feel like it's a little homage to Batman fans in the comics because the second Robin, Tim Drake, becomes Robin. He's caught trying to steal the hubcaps.
Oh, that's Jason Todd, I think.
Oh, sorry, Jason Todd, trying to steal the hubcaps.
That's a good. I didn't think about that. That's a good.
And here's my thing.
I guess analogy, kind of,
little Easter egg. Here's my thing. What the fuck is he doing with a purple car? That purple Maserati is the Joker. That shit better go to the Joker in season 2 or season 3. Like, this better be a long-term plan. Because if the Penguin's just driving around in a purple... Sorry.
He's got the suit.
Plum Maserati for no fucking reason. No, he's not. He's black and white. He's the fucking Penguin. He's black and white. The Joker is Plum.
Yeah, well, I think
we're setting up to the Joker. We're seeing 3 seasons. This is what's happening, brother. I'm telling you, the Joker's coming out and he's stealing that Maserati. It's a good-looking car.
Yeah. You want to know this car?
Did Batman pop up in this episode?
No. I think people are wondering if we're going to see.
I was going to say, are we? I don't think we're going to. We're not going to. I don't think we're going to see Robert.
I don't think they can afford him.
We might see a cape. I will say this: 50% chance we see a cape, 0% chance we see actual Batman.
I think it's a better bet that we might see Gordon or Riddler. And it's because I know that what's her name, Sophia Falcone. Was in Arkham. I don't know if she got released when Riddler was there or with Joker, but there's probably going to be a nod to them. Maybe I think the trailer had like a flashback when she was in Arkham, and
Jeffrey Wright has worked.
I missed the flashback.
Jeffrey Wright has worked a lot with HBO, with obviously Westworld, right? So
and Boardwalk Empire. Empire.
So I can definitely see him coming back and being Jim Gordon in the show. And that would be a very fun surprise. I'm getting a premonition. Episode 4. That's what we're going to see. Episode 4, we're going to see Jeffrey Wright. Or I might be wrong.
I'm sure we're going to have a lot. There's going to be a lot of cameos in the last episode, I feel. I mean, there might be some like...
The last episode.
How many episodes is it going to be? Do you know?
It'll be 8 episodes total.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's how many species of penguin there are, I think. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
That would be.
I was like, of course it's 8. I mean, if they're doing like a Dr. Octopus show, then yeah, I could understand there being 8 episodes. But you know,
Do you guys remember?
8's a good number.
No, 22 is a good number. You fucking know it. We're way back when we had talent.
Look at Arrow.
We grew up.
Flash.
We grew up.
They ran out of villains by season 3 because they had a villain every episode in the comics, and they ran out by season 3. So by season 4, the Thinker's the bad guy, and you have Cicada, like D-list villains, because they used all the good ones in the first 3 seasons.
But with good writing, those B-list villains could be awesome, right? Iron Man was a B-list superhero. I'm talking about good writing. It's not
how good were the villains in episode 4 and 5, in seasons 4 and 5 of the Flash?
Awful. Plus, I think
exactly, so.
I mean, half of it was Barry. I agree. So let me ask you this: are you arguing that you would rather have the first 3 good seasons of the Flash spread out over 8 seasons and 8 episode arcs?
Well,
or are you saying? What are you saying? What are you asking for?
If fewer the episodes, the more budget can go into those episodes, and like more care can go into those.
They were shooting in Toronto.
Episodes.
That was a free money printer. They made more money filming in Toronto than they made in ad revenue on the CW.
Would you rather there be 8 really good shows or 22 mediocre episodes? I think I would say the former.
I'll tell you this. There's a lot of shows where that isn't the case. There's a lot of shows like the first season of Lost. Do I want the first season of Lost, an amazing 20 episode, 22 episode, 21 episode run? Do I want that spread out over 3 years? 3 years, 8 episodes at a time? No. I will sacrifice the last episode of the last season being shitty in return for having 21, 22 to 24 great episodes of Lost for the previous seasons.
Cool. So,
I
guess
I understand what you're saying. It just really comes down to quality or quantity. I would like to have both. I think in Hollywood, where you're talking,
they can do both.
You can't. When you're talking about millions and billions of dollars, you can do both. I think
but
we're just
getting...
From
a numbers perspective, you're just going to get more money into 8 episodes for the budget than you would.
Well, as we see with the Acolyte,
that's why
the more money is
look so cheap,
right? And the first season's better than the Acolyte.
So he kills Alberto. He finds the not Jason Todd, his version of Jason Todd.
Vic. You're working for me now, punk.
Yeah, and then he's going to kill Vic, but then I think Vic convinces him not.
I really like that part when he's like, "Hey, Vic, turn around. Look how beautiful that sunrise is."
Oh,
and Vic's like, "No, man. No.
He knows what's going on.
That was straight out of Mice and Men. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You ripped that off of John Steinbeck.
He pulls out a cigar, and it's pre-cut. And I want to say, if this was Lord of the Rings... we would tear this shitty writing to shreds. Matt would summon from his graves. He's helping a friend out move. He's not dead. Don't worry, guys. But Matt would come from his grave, and he would pop up on the podcast, and he'd be like, "This is bad writing." But instead, we're like, I don't know, for some HBO Colin Farrell reason, we're like, okay, we'll let this slide. Guys, no one walks around pre-cut cigars. Because overall, the show was good, and there was good faith. And I'll tell you this, I think this is the main reason. I haven't read a single article about any of these characters talking shit to me, the audience, before I walked into this show. So I had no reason to have my cackles up. I'm not on defense, right? I'll let certain shit, like pre-cut cigars, I'll let that shit slide. When really, it would have taken 2 extra seconds for the Penguin to pull out a cigar and some cutters in his other hand, and then you just cut away. You don't have to show him cutting yet. You just have to show.
No problem with him cutting a cigar? Oh, I'm not sure.
No, the problem is the Penguin was walking around with a pre-cut cigar. That just doesn't happen in the real world. No one who smokes cigars walks around pre-cut. They walk around with a real cigar, a full cigar, and cigar cutters. And then when they smoke, they cut the cigar. They don't walk around with it pre-cut like it was. It was just for convenience sake for the television show. Right. Mm-hmm. But they just needed 2 seconds of plaster. 2 seconds. Pull out your other hand. Boom. Pull out a cigar cutter and then just cut just continue the scene as because the next
all
half
the
a
cigar,
second cuts
I
ahead.
think the reason this only got 89 instead of like 99 is that 10% of cigar connoisseurs.
They were all.
That was it. They're all pissed. No,
They all get
my
one
point.
star on IMDb.
My point isn't the cigars. My point is the nitpicking. It's like if this was Lord of the Rings, we'd be like, pushing our glasses up and sticking like sticks up our ass and being upset
also,
about
everyone
it.
Everyone knows the penguin smokes cigarettes in that long cigarette lighter, like those 40 actors.
Oh my, yeah, like the.
Remember from the Danny DeVito one, and also the Batman '66.
I'm trying to think of what's
holder.
God, who killed all those dogs? Cruella de Vil. Yeah, him and Cruella de Vil.
Michael Vick.
He only fought them. Boo! I'm just kidding.
I'm sure some of them died. Okay. Cruella de Vil. The penguin. He needs that. I guess that's not really hip anymore. Those cigarettes. Maybe it'll make a comeback.
But Cruella de Vil is black and white Dalmatians. The penguin's black and white. There's.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Colin Farrell had to fight to be able to smoke in this show because he couldn't smoke in the Batman movie. It's akin to him to drive erratically and shoot at people, but you can't be smoking.
No. It's incredibly expensive to smoke on set. You can't smoke in a bar or you kind of private setting.
Well,
unless there's
those are all fake cigarettes. They're not real cigarettes. They're just
exactly right. But I'm talking about in real life. You can't smoke in a bar or anything like that, unless
he can smoke in the club and in his apartment. You can do that. If he owns it,
you can smoke in.
Maybe in Ireland you can. I don't know. Tip, if you know.
No. So. In America, there's a fun
loophole
where if you're in a play, you can smoke because you're acting out as a character who smokes. So there are some comedians who want to smoke while they're doing their sets. So instead of labeling their acts as comedy acts, they label them as plays. So they're able to smoke on stage.
Yeah, Bill Hicks will love that. Although smoking is what got him killed. I think he died before he was 35. Stole his jokes.
Marking that time down.
I was like, cut this out.
Was Dennis Leary on Joe Rogan? Because he stole all Bill Hicks' jokes. So.
Oh no!
What happened next? He had to go to work.
Where's he work?
They're getting all the drugs from the last movie back up and running.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of like the scene because he seems to have good rapport with his employees. He doesn't seem to demand respect. He just has earned respect.
Yeah, he doesn't want them to hate how much they love him. They just love him, right? He's got to give rapport. He's calling them by their names.
He wants them to be afraid of how much they love him, like Michael Scott.
Yeah, and
then he gets called to, I guess, Falcone HQ, and then he's told to shut it down.
First off, what would you do if you were Vic?
Yeah.
Dude, if I was Vic, if I was Vic, I'd be doing the exact same thing. I'd be like, yo, don't shoot me. Don't kill me. What can I do to help? And then it's we find out later on, he lost his home in the flooding. He's got nothing going on, right? So he's got nothing to do but turn to a life of crime. He doesn't have the affluence to leave Gotham to go find a new life to get away from the Penguin. So what are you going to do? You got to be the Penguin's bitch. That's what you got to do. But I love this dynamic that's going on between these two.
Well, he came through at the end there.
Didn't he? And we'll get to it. We'll talk.
Last minute.
Oh, man.
We'll talk about it.
The best part of the whole episode.
So
seeing Penguin naked was the best part for Ryan.
What's sad is it's true. That happened to be the scene that was the best part.
See, he was laughing. I tell you, when I talk about how much I didn't want to like this television show, he was laughing, right, and his buck ass naked self, and I was like, why is he laughing?
He knows what just happened.
But how? How does he know what's happening? And then 5 minutes later on,
right afterwards, he heard her scream.
Well, he heard her scream, but why is she screaming?
When they got those slushies, what they said.
That's how you know it was all part of the plan.
They planned it. It was just off camera.
Great writing.
It was
great,
too good.
Fucking writing. That's what I'm talking about, Rob.
But
yes,
then the audience doesn't even see it coming.
We didn't see it coming, right? And see, me being a hater, I was like, why is he laughing? There's no way he knows what's going on. And then,
because if they show you the part of them just like, all right, we're going to do this and this.
Yeah, we're going to let you get captured. You're going to get tortured.
Kind of ruin it.
100%.
Well, I'm wondering how much of that they saw coming in there.
I don't know if he was like planning to get caught. I think like they were planning to like put his body in the in the trunk. But I guess
they were planning to get caught.
At least the car. Yeah, the car driving in there was part of the plan, it seems.
But why would the car drive in if?
Because they had the trunk all set up, and
although I guess he did have to be there.
All the way back to giving the ring, he might have had the plan when he gave the ring to who was it he gave the ring to?
Sal.
They might have had the plan set since then.
He's a genius. This is what we're seeing. Look, think about it. He drove up.
Because it would be pretty crazy if this was just luck and just seeing what happens.
He drove up in his super Plum, gorgeous Maserati, just parked across the street from like a gang of thugs and the girl, the daughter, right? And then he was like waiting for them to see him in the car, and then he was like, "Oh fuck!" And then he just swerves out, and she's like after them, right? Like clearly like making himself look guilty. He was begging to get caught, 110%. This was all part of the plan. I love this mastermind Penguin. This is what I want to see. Yeah. I was not sure what the fucking fuck the casting director, the director, the producers, everyone saw in Colin Farrell becoming the Penguin. Didn't understand it. It doesn't make sense in the Batman.
Just the whole build up.
You watch this one episode and you're like, casting director?
Oh, I'm hooked after one episode.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Farrell's a good actor.
How?
Really?
How is he able to emote with so much fat plastic on him?
I actually renewed my Max subscription for this.
Plaster? Yeah. Like, it's so good. He's great. Vic is great. I am excited to see where this goes. This actually feels like it doesn't need the Batman showing up at all. Let's see what the fucking Penguin's doing on the low key.
Yeah, but I want to see a showdown, obviously, with the Batman.
That's what Batman 2's for. Batman 2. So this will probably... What? So there's 2 seasons of this. 2 seasons of the Penguin. In the second season, the Joker comes out, steals his car. That's how the Joker gets his Plum Maserati. And then we all reunite for Batman 2 in 5 years.
Wait, the Joker steals the Penguin's car?
Or the Penguin dies.
Is that your prediction?
That or the Penguin dies because he gets too expensive because this show becomes too popular. But yeah, no, that Maserati is not that Plum Maserati is not. It's not. No, I do.
Wait,
I will.
Batman villains never die.
Hey, unsubscribe if the show not canceled finishes. If the show finishes and the Joker doesn't end up with the Penguin's car, don't follow the podcast. I'll be wrong. Actually, no, triple follow the podcast. Comment on every fucking video. You were wrong, and I will personally apologize every single time. We'll do that. That's fine. But I'm telling you right now, the Joker is ending up with that car.
Yeah, I could definitely see a Joker cameo. Who's the guy? I think Barry Coogan, whatever his name is. He's in that movie Saltburn.
Just ladies.
But yeah, I mean, I think there'll definitely be some big cameos from the Batman movie in this. I think Gordon is a possibility. Riddler, Joker.
Oh, it would be fun to see Paul. What's his name for the Riddler again? That would be good.
Yeah, Paul Dano. I'm sure.
Why don't they just make up a new Batman character? Like, why do they just stick with all the old ones? They could just make up like a whole new villain.
Because they got to like keep people interested, and they only do that through
have like Batman versus
because I'll answer this question on the two front.
Doing an obscure villain like Crazy Quilt. Or,
yes. Condiment
or the
King.
Man.
Crazy Quilt.
Condiment King.
Condiment King. I was gonna say
exactly.
twofold, right?
Spaghetti Handman.
One, yeah, right.
Would be good.
There's no rest for the wicked until we have Condiment King, right? Don't go create new characters to put on camera, live action until Daddy gets his Condiment King. And then number two, there's no good writing in Hollywood right now. They can't come up with better villains than that's already been created.
Well, they should remember the twin thugs from the first movie.
Twins.
I thought that was Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But actually, in the comic, Tweedledee and Tweedledum are actually cousins. They're Batman villains based off the Alice in Wonderland characters.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I knew about that, but I know they were cousins.
Yeah, apparently they're not brothers; they're cousins in the comic.
What's the naming?
They just look alike.
Anyway.
But yeah, what else happened this episode? I guess Sophia Falcone, or it's Gigante, and that's her married name. She was great in this. I think we're going to find out more about her backstory. She's from Arkham.
Is she from anything else? She looks like Sarah Silverman.
She was in the How I Met Your Mother. She's the mother in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, she's so. That's how I know her. She's great in that. Oh my God, that's the sweetest girl of all time. Is the ukulele mom from How I Met Your Mother who dies of cancer, and now she's what? What have you done?
And she was in She was in that Black Mirror episode that was the Star Trek sort of twist. So
that's just how I know her season. Yeah, no. How Much Your Mother is where I know her from.
Yeah, so
damn, she did that cancer real hard. It's a terrible joke.
Well, yeah, so they mentioned that she's called the Hangman. So apparently she's I don't know if she's a serial killer in this universe, but in the comic she's a serial killer called the Hangman, or just a spree killer who's going after, I guess, old acquaintances of
Which, I gotta say,
but you can tell she was pretty rough there.
Well, in the comic, it's because this is the name Hangman. She's in Dark Victory. Yeah, she's the writer tried to they call, because we don't know who the Hangman is at the start of the comic. So they're it can't be a woman because it's a Hangman.
Because it's a Hangman, right?
She's also in a wheelchair the entire comic, and then we find at the very end, she's faking it. So, but I guess we're not gonna go with that. But that's cool. But it's cool that they're kind of nodding to that comic story, both Long Halloween and Dark Victory by Jeff Loeb were. Dark Victory is a sequel to Long Halloween. Dude. So Alberto was the bad guy in the first one, and then Sophia was the bad guy in the second one. So
that was good. You let me borrow that Forrest.
I think I probably sold those 10 years ago. But yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably.
You should have kept it there all the time.
Good memory.
No, I need some money.
Don't you know how inflation works?
You gotta have a library.
No, you don't. Trades don't accumulate in value. Single issues do, but not trades. So.
Well, if books ever become banned, it'll be nice to have paper copies.
All it takes is one EMP for that to be worth a bar of gold. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of EMPs, there was a bomb dropped on my head this fucking episode. What a crazy premiere for the Penguin, guys. Yeah. Are you ready for season 2? Episode 2? I'm ready for season 2. I'm ready for decade 2. Let's go, baby. Colin Farrell, you have one viewer. Oh, I did want to ask you one question, guys. I want to do a little roundtable discussion. So there has been this weird, some people would call it gross notion in Hollywood, that you have to be the actor has to be the character to be cast as the character. So Tom Hanks said he would no longer play his character in Philadelphia as a gay man with HIV because he's not gay. He would leave that role for a gay actor. My question is, what the fuck is happening here, guys? What the fuck, Hollywood? Colin Farrell is a gorgeous fucking human being. He's a very handsome and attractive man. Why are you letting these handsome men take away these roles from the fat, ugly people of Hollywood?
Well, just
The hypocrisy! The hypocrisy!
That actor out there, like sitting on his couch, like fuck.
Yes, yeah, like Peter Dinklage. He's like, guys, the seven dwarves are that's fucking. I thought this was 2020. I thought we were above making fucking dwarves.
Would have been a funny one.
And then fucking and then boom, there goes like fucking 25 dwarf actor jobs right there. Fucking dude, I grabbed my bag. Fuck this. So what I'm asking is,
it's interesting you mentioned that, Major, because I think The Whale came under fire because like Brendan Fraser was in a big fat suit for that one, and
but he was also fat. He was also just a little pudgy to begin with. Hollywood broke him. The Mummy franchise broke that man. We could have had 30, 40 good years of Brendan Fraser, and that man broke his back. He broke his balls to give us one very good movie and 3 decent.
The Mummy was great, and then let's forget
let's forget about the rest, right? But he nearly died doing it.
Scorpion King franchise, yeah.
But we got The Rock from that. The Rock.
I'm not hearing anything good.
But are you smelling what The Rock is cooking? Anyway, guys, are you smelling what we're cooking? Because we're cooking Rings of Power and the Penguin. And what's that? We're not smelling Agatha. Comment down below. Look, if you want us to watch Agatha, I will make one of us. It'll be me. I'll watch Agatha. I got the free time. I'll watch Agatha.
Watch us.
The Rock's latest contributions to the world have been kind of like rock soup.
Well,
or rock solid. Yeah.
Solidly horrific.
Yeah.
Shazam. I watched that. I was like, damn it. I wasted my life.
Black Adam! Can I have my 2 hours back? There's that whole controversy.
I think that's our show.
That is.
Final thoughts on the Penguin? I'm looking forward to more.
Bro, sign me up. Damn, dude, this is so good. I might just go watch an episode of Pennyworth.
Okay.
What's Pennyworth?
It's the story of Alfred, Batman's butler.
We talked about it.
Wait, what platform is that on?
Max?
Max.
It's on Max.
It's all Max.
God dang it. I'm going to have to get that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should cancel my Audible that I never use. And then get
guys, can you please just subscribe down below? Leave us a comment, give us a like. So one day this podcast can afford tip a Max subscription.
Yes. And if you don't subscribe, we'll break your legs.
Subscribe
or not.
To Max.
And then, no.
Or not. Yeah, it was just sticking in the back of a Plum Maserati. Good night, guys.
Exactly.
We just end an episode with Tip's comment there.
We'll kill you guys right now.
Way to threaten the audience. Way to threaten the audience before you go off. That'll scare them into submission.
Oh no, I didn't mean that as a threat. I meant that as guaranteed.